Hey, welcome back, YouTube. We're here on Saturday, week 4, January 2029. Our current champions is Randy Orton's World Heavyweight Champion. TNA Champion is MJF, TNA World Champion. Tag Team Champions are MJF and Samoa Joe. And Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Grand Champion is AJ Styles. Digital Media Champion is Rey Mysterio IV. Knockouts World Champion is Liv Morgan. In her first reign, she broke Tatum Paxley's second reign as champion, who broke Jamie Hayter's third reign. And our X Division Champion is Claudio Castagnoli. And he's not been doing very good with the ratings. Here's what I mean. See? When Seth Rollins had to drop it, the title instantly lost its touch that it has with so many people. And he's out for 1 year. So you know what you do? You go and you try and find somebody who can pull the same stuff off. Oh, I think he'll be retiring soon. And also The Miz just won the TNA Briefcase Championship. Not championship, but contract. Meaning that right now that The Miz can and probably will cash in on somebody soon. Because he is awesome. I mean, that's what his gimmick is the awesome one gimmick. Let's see. We see Andrade here, and he's happy with his position in the company. I don't know how, because he gets a lot of losses. He won 11 times, but he also lost 11 times. But yeah, A, and then T. So, in his whole career here, he's had 34 wins and 23 losses. His highest rating was an 86, and his lowest rating was a 45. Now, our figurehead, let's look at him. "357 wins, 3 draws, and 64 losses. Oh, and his average rating is a 73. His highest rating was a 97, and you're going to love this. His lowest rating of all time was a 40. I mean, he's good. He's a very good wrestler. And he's our he's our Ric Flair. He's our Hulk Hogan. He's our John Cena. Our Roman Reigns, kind of. He's our figurehead. And so, this is how we're gonna do it. We may pair Aaliyah and Alice Crowley up. You know what? We will. Because I figure they can do a lot of good work together. I'm going to stop it. Pause it. Okay. We're going to head to Impact. And we will see you then. Okay, we see Seth Rollins on the big screen in a hospital room. He's injured. Alice Crowley's out here saying that her and, I don't know if you pronounce it Aaliyah. I think you do. Anyhow, her and Aaliyah will be the new faces of the women's tag team division. Then we see Ace Austin and The Rock backstage. And Ace Austin's basically playing his heel persona pretty good. So, Alice Inc. defeated KZT by submission for a 24. And then Alice Crawley comes out for a second promo saying that her and Aaliyah will be tag team champions soon. We see Jamie Hayter. She's putting over the fact that her and Mercedes Money could tag team and beat the tar out of Tony Storm, or out of Liv Morgan, to see who could be number one contender. So it gets made into a match, and Carrie Bristow comes to the aid of Tony Storm. It comes for a 63. Yeah, she was real rusty. And Tony Storm seemed off her game. Got 63 though. Alice Crawley and Aaliyah backstage started attacking Raven Creed. Yeah. Figured. Rey Mysterio the fourth versus David Benoit. David Benoit wins the TNA Digital Media title for a 44. I think he's in now his third reign. And then Aaliyah and Crowley was about to win, but Ava Raine threw salt in Crowley's eyes and makes defense number one of the TNA Knockout Tag Team titles. Kenny Omega versus MJF. MJF makes defense number one of the TNA World title, and while he's celebrating, the Mrs. Music hits. Now, no, he's not cashing in, but he is showing the briefcase and taunting MJF. But our main event is Ace Austin versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler defeated Ace Austin with a zigzag. Holy heck! He's rusty and he got a 79. Perfect. Let's go do this. Let's get him a couple more matches and then pair him up with Ace Austin again. Okay, our first match is Alice Crawley defeating Trish Stratus. And then Liv Morgan is actually speaking to Seth Rollins on a video call backstage. And he says, you have to be careful to keep your title. So, we see Jamie Hayter probably making friends with MJF. And then Ace Austin is in an angle. We see The Miz defeat Brian Pillman Jr. with the skull-crushing finale. And then afterwards he says he is The Miz and that he is awesome. Okay. Miz promo done. Ace Austin defeated Adam Cole with the Ace Sharpshooter for a 73. Not bad at all. Not bad. 82 was what the show got. Nice. Okay, AJ Styles and Seth Rollins opens the show. And it looks like Seth Rollins is still in the hospital and AJ Styles is like giving him down the road for being injured. We see Ace Austin and MJF backstage. 94. Pentagon the Third comes out and says that David Benoit is nothing compared to Rey Mysterio the Fourth. He says, and he will get his title back soon. A-Kid, AJ Styles, Adrian Alanis, Midas Black, Bobby Orlando versus Claudio Castagnoli, the Thrillers, and the British Express for a 43. Not bad. Not bad at all. And looks like he got a 43. Dolph Ziggler's music entrance hits, and he says that he has put his whole life into wrestling, and yet he is one of the most underused people of all time. Gets a 65, not bad. But our main event is Ace Austin defeating Pac for a 77. 81, not bad at all. We see Andrade defeat Edge with the Brillante driver for a 68, not bad. But AJ Styles and Jay White is here for an 83, not bad. And then The Rock and Marshall Von Erich is backstage at 100. Jamie Hayter and John Cena gets an 87. Liv Morgan gets a 71, showcasing her title. Ace Austin arrives to the arena. We see Dolph Ziggler defeat Alec Price for a 58. Not bad. And then Pac defeated Myro with a Black Arrow for a 67. We then see Myro fixing to attack Pac, but Pac ducks and jumps out the ring. And then shows security coming after Myro. Randy Orton makes defense number 9 of the TNA World Heavyweight title for a 78. And then we see Ace Austin defeat Kofi Kingston for an 81. It's not bad. In fact, if it had been any better, it would have probably beat our matches. It's great. It's great. Perfect. Okay, here's our new signee. Bailey Rose. It's Bailey. Long time ago, she had a name called Davina Rose. And so I kind of mixed the two names together. So yeah. Okay. Looks like Xavier Woods is unhappy. Yeah. And that's bad because I was about to put the tag team titles back on him and Kofi. 420, huh? Yeah, I could do that. That's the thing, Sam. You're the one that's supposed to be down there to pick the company up and make it great again. I mean, we've got some good champions and some bad champions. Ryan Nemeth, though, is an interesting choice. It is. It's a very interesting choice. But yeah, I say it's an interesting choice. Okay. We have got quite a bit of money. Let's be generous and give it to a company that don't have very much. Give it to Prowrestling Gorilla. It's commendable as heck right there. It's respectable. I mean, I could. Yeah, I could definitely. It would be going to AEW, though. And it looks like they're kind of already really good on it. Possibly. I don't know. See, I need to find. You know what? TNA. Okay. Let's go to it. I don't know much on how to spend all this money. We've got to find a way. I mean, there's this way though. I mean, that used some of it. I mean, there. Most of it's spent. Let's see. I mean, I make $1 million a month in sponsorship. Now, here's the thing. I make probably most of my money off of the workers. I mean, like, for example, Ace Austin is one of our biggest workers, but he only gets 10% of the income from his merchandise, which he sells 564,000 worth. Ooh, I've got to update her. Hang on, it'll take me a minute to do all this. Okay, Seth Rollins is making his injury known to the world. He's saying, he might not be able to wrestle for quite a while. And Jay White interrupts the thing and is putting over his overall rating in the new TNA Impact Zone, the Impact Zone 2028 video game. I go a year up because that's what WWE does, 2030. Yeah. But we see Dolph Ziggler defeat Anthony Bennett when Aaron Stevens runs in and attacks him. And then Myro Marshall Von Erich is backstage. Liv Morgan is holding her title, and she says that her title is one of the most prestigious on the roster, and that she is a defending champion. The Rock and Ace Austin is backstage. MJF and AJ Styles is here. MJF is talking on the microphone, and AJ Styles says he's the phenomenal legend and he's better than MJF. And MJF stops him right there and says he's better than him and he knows it. Rey Mysterio defeated Suicida by pinfall with a 619 into a seated senton for 52, not bad, but it did make for an awkward bout. This was a great match. AJ Styles makes defense number 5 of the TNA Grand Title for a 78. And then we see Austin Theory defeat Chad Gable with an A-Town down for a 69. And then our main event is a handicap match made by Christian Cage off screen. And it's MJF and Randy Orton taking out Ace Austin. $87, not bad at all. Woo! MJF comes out with his title, saying he will defend it this coming premium live event against, who knows? He says, could be Jay White, could be Kenny Omega, could be even somebody from New Japan or WWE. Then Ace Austin comes out and says it should be a first contender's bout on who should go. You don't decide who faces you for your title. The first contender is decided by two warriors fighting and winning. MJF kind of brushes it off, but John Cena wins the International Heavyweight title for a 37. And I'll put it this way. Both was terrible with stamina, but John Cena did a little bit better. Raven Creed comes out and she says that she is tired of being the last on the roster to ever get thought of, and that she will start being the one that everyone calls Mrs. TNA. We see Diego Hill defeat Eddie Edwards with a diving body splash. It gets a 54. Jamie Hayter and Marshall Von Erich backstage gets an 81. We then see David Benoit make defense number 1 of the TNA digital media title, and he sustained a broken toe. So, ow. And he won't be there. The Rock comes out and raises David Benoit's arm. You know, it's the traditional thing that The Rock does. Dolph Ziggler defeated Edge with a zigzag for 49, not bad at all. We then see The Miz defeat Ace Austin with a skull-crushing finale. And to exit the show, he says, I just defeated this company's figurehead. I am the greatest in the company. And he says, MJF, Randy Orton, watch out, because I will cash in. We see an 88, which is nice. We're growing our popularity huge. What's wrong though is that we can't get to big right now because we are on a how would I put it? We are stuck where we can't grow. Okay, we had our first thing, well, technically our second thing because we already accidentally held a match, but our second thing is this angle featuring Pac, Pentagon III, Rachel Ellering, Raven, and Raven Creed. They all 5 say that they're tired of being the backbones of the roster, being the last people that's ever thought about. Christian Cage comes out and books a match between John Cena and Edge. Already did it. David Benoit makes defense number 2 of the TNA digital media title for a 37. Then we see Drew Galloway win the TNA Grand title. And afterwards we see AJ Styles crying. Well, I won't say crying, but you know, he's kind of upset that he lost his Grand title. Then Liv Morgan defends her title, makes defense number 3 of the TNA Knockouts World title against Mickie James and Hikaru Noah for a 61, not bad. Then Edge versus John Cena gets a 48, and Edge wins the International Heavyweight title. Then we get Randy Orton making defense number 10 of the TNA World Heavyweight title for a 75. What this is from is a couple of weeks before this. Randy Orton attacked Bryan Danielson a couple times. Ice Austin defeated Dolph Ziggler for an 82, not bad at all. MJF makes defense number 2 in a 30-minute Iron Man match for 67, not bad. The Miz cashes in. I repeat, The Miz is cashing in. 69, and The Miz wins the TNA World title. Nice. Okay, this is going to be it tonight, guys. Tune in next time. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, your family, but the most important of all, share it with your dog.